In today's video, we're going to talk about the justification as to why the majority of people think having a work-life balance is a positive thing. I'll share with you my specific viewpoint, why I have no work-life balance, and how that strategy will help me achieve financial freedom and escape the matrix. If you enjoy my videos, hit the like button right now and comment the tree emoji down below for the algorithm. Our channel goal is 15,000 subscribers, so subscribe now as well. It really helps the channel. The first reason why people talk about having work-life balance is because they say that there's other priorities other than work that are incredibly meaningful and lead to a more enriching life experience. And I agree to an extent. Fitness, family are really important. A lot of people waste time with leisure activities such as Harry Potter, Star Wars. They say, I need to get out of work by 6 so that I can go home and watch a new movie, whatever it may be. And morally, people justify that, hey, it would be selfish of me to spend all my time at work because it would take away from other priorities like my family. But what I believe is that it's actually incredibly selfish of you not to go all in on work, because if success is not your duty, obligation, and responsibility, you're simply not going to get ahead. And whether it's right or wrong, money is critical to success. The reason it is because money binds us all together. If you want to go travel somewhere and go to the convenience store and buy water to survive, you need to exchange money with them in order to get that good or service. So the more you focus on work, the more money you're going to be able to make, the more that you're going to be able to then contribute to the causes you care about. You're going to be able to pick and choose where you send your kids to school, what zip code you live in, how much time of freedom you actually have, being able to live wherever you want, whenever you want, not have to report to anyone. The second reason why people talk about having work-life balance is a good thing is because they say, if you work too hard, you're gonna get burnt out. And the last time I checked, neither of us are made of wax. Neither of us have a wick on top of our heads. Burnout is a complete made-up human concept. It's not real. To me, burnout is a misalignment between your work and your values. Meaning when you're working 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, you're going extra hard making your cold calls. If you don't have a purpose as to why that this is meaningful to you, then you're gonna not see the value in that activity. You're gonna wanna do it less, and it's not gonna happen. So the people who talk about being burnt out, to me, it's a moral virtue signal of a justification to attract other lazy people to them, because they say, hey, we're entitled. We shouldn't have to work as hard. We'll be burnt out if we work more than 40 hours a week, if we have to do 5 days instead of a 4-day work week. Imagine being a wolf in the forest and you need to provide food for your family. And imagine you're on a 48-hour killing trip where you need to go get the food. And imagine if the wolf says, I'm burnt out, I'm just not gonna get the food today. Everyone around you dies. You need to go kill the animal to bring back to your family to survive. It's the same thing with work. The more successful you are, the more you're gonna be able to bring back to your family, the more that you're gonna be able to contribute to the cause that you care about. And that's why I have no work-life balance right now at this phase of my life. Age 26, working in software sales. I believe there gets to a point in your life when you reach a certain level of financial freedom where you can then say, okay, I should have more balance. But until you get to that point, until you determine what your exit number is, how much money you actually need to survive at the quality of lifestyle you want, you should have absolutely no work-life balance. And the reasoning why this makes sense to me is because we as humans are status driven. When you see the Tai Lopez in my garage with my Lamborghini video, you don't necessarily care about the Lamborghini. You may not be a big car person like me, but the reason the Lamborghini is a status symbol is because you know that you have the Lamborghini and nobody else can have it. When I go to the airport, I'm sitting with all the other peasants, including myself, and I'm overlooking the private terminal and I say, why am I not flying private right now? It really pisses me off and it forces me to work harder. To me, the private jet is a symbol of prestige because you're basically time traveling. And to me, time is associated with freedom. And being able to choose how you spend your time, to me, is the most important thing we can achieve as humans. Having the absolute freedom to spend our time however we want, opposed to being forced to show up at a job at 8 a.m., clock out at 5 p.m. and doing something you absolutely hate, furthering other people's goals instead of doing what truly speaks to you internally. It's the same thing when I go to Whole Foods every Sunday. I went today and I said, man, I should have a private chef. I should have someone driving to Whole Foods for me, picking up all the nicest ingredients and cooking them for me because it saves me time and I would be able to eat healthier as well. We as humans are status driven. And that's why I built the Sales Prestige podcast, because we are driven to get to that next level. Think about Candy Crush. You pull out your phone. You don't even care about what's going on, but you care about getting to that next level. I used to be obsessed with Call of Duty, and it was fun to play, talk with my friends, but I wanted to get to that next level. I wanted to prestige. We all want to get to that next level and reach that status, whether it's making a certain income, whether it's having that title, the promotion, and it goes back into this loop of this career loop of always being in this rat race wheel. But to me, the ultimate status symbol is absolute freedom, how you spend your time. So you may be wondering at this point, okay, Trent, I agree. I need to work more, I need to work harder, I need to stop being lazy, I need to stop being so entitled. What should I actually do? So there's two strategies I'm deploying. Strategy number one is ruthless pursuit of self-development. So I was listening to a performance coach talk about his experience seeing Kobe Bryant practice. And he ran into Kobe Bryant at some camp, and he said, Kobe, I want to watch you work out. And Kobe said, okay, meet me at the gym tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And he's like, PM? Kobe said, no, 4 a.m. So the performance coach shows up at the gym 30 minutes early because he wants to impress Kobe. Kobe's already there working out. And what surprised him about this workout is it didn't even involve the ball. Okay, if you're a basketball player, you got to shoot the ball, you got to dribble the ball, but Kobe wasn't using the ball. He was doing very basic footwork drills. So the performance coach walked up to Kobe at the end of the workout and said, Kobe, you didn't even touch the ball and you're a basketball player. Why? And Kobe replied, that's why I'm the best player in the world, because I don't get bored of the basics, of the fundamentals. And it's the work you put in the unseen hours is what's gonna separate you from the marketplace. And that's why on the whiteboard behind me, I'm beginning a reading streak. And in order to build a new habit, you gotta do something for 66 days. That's what I learned from this performance coach I just listened to. So what I'm gonna do is read 10 pages a day. It sounds very basic, but I always tell myself I wanna read more, but I'm gonna force myself to read 10 pages a day for 66 days straight in order to build that habit so that I can level up there, because reading makes me feel more confident, it helps me communicate better, and it also makes me more interesting because I have the unique knowledge. So self-development, working in the unseen hours is one strategy to reach freedom. And the second strategy is to build equity, build your own infrastructure, have a side hustle. That's why I started making YouTube videos, so that I could help people, so that I could exchange value, so that I can get attention, and then figure out how can I then monetize that attention with offering more value. And that's why I built softwaresalesguide.com. I built this website as a one-stop shop for all things software sales, as you think about getting hired in software sales, as you think about finding more success in software sales as it relates to prospecting, cold calling, emailing, and then of course helping people level up in their careers like I have, being promoted over 6 times, 4xing my income, making 50,000 cold calls. I absolutely do not have all the answers, and I am absolutely not free right now. And that's why I have no work-life balance, and I grind in my software sales job. And then in my free time, I spend all of it either developing myself or working on my side hustles, which is posting on LinkedIn, making YouTube videos, and building out softwaresalesguide.com. And if you happen to work in sales as well and you're looking to level up, I actually built a cold calling course sharing everything I've learned based on making 50,000 cold calls. It is a cost, it is paid, but what I found is the only way you're gonna take it super serious is if there's a cost associated to it. So there's some accountability. So I spent a lot of time on that this weekend. And if you'd like to support me and level up in your own career, go check out that course and go buy it today. Think about, how do you communicate best? Is it written through Word? Is it audio podcast? Is it video? Is it a combination of both? Figure out how you communicate best, and then start using that and using the free channels of communication you have access to today, such as YouTube, such as TikTok, such as LinkedIn. And I can say that because I'm actively doing that today. And as you start to be yourself, as you start to share your ideas and your unique specialized expertise, which for me happens to be cold calling because it's what I've specialized in my career, you're then able to monetize that skill by helping others level up and gain that as well. And that to me is the path to ultimate freedom, because as I'm able to make more money on my own in tandem to my career, that starts to build, and then you can invest that money in productive assets, assets that grow in value, appreciate over time, and also pay you as well. And my ultimate goal is to start a business. I plan to start a business that does $10 million in sales. That is my ultimate goal, because that's gonna give me what I want out of life. freedom to spend my time with who I want, how I want, doing whatever I want, wherever I want, flying private, having private chefs, and just living life to the fullest, because in order to be successful, you need a lot of money to do so. If you'd like to go deeper with me, you can also press the join button down below. It's just the all caps join to become a part of the private membership community. It's $10 a month, but we do a weekly live call, and we've gotten tremendous feedback so far. So thanks to all of you who have already joined today, and I look forward to seeing all of you who join soon after watching this video. Have a great rest of the day. Talk to you in the next video. Let's escape the matrix together.